Welcome everybody, and today we're going to be talking about machine learning, and I've invited Benny van der Sompele, who is CTO and co-founder at Sweagle, to give his view on this subject. So Benny, good morning.
Good morning, Emily.
Morning. So why is everybody talking about machine learning and AI at the moment, Benny?
It's a very, very good question, Emily. It's because machine learning is that magical thing, that makes our platform do what we claim that we do. We consolidate and we validate all kinds of configuration data, from infra to network to environments to applications. And machine learning is that capability that allows us to, in an almost zero effort way, to truly validate the config data and catch errors before the changes on the config data are being applied. So it's normal that a lot of people have questions about it on how it works.
Okay, and so what is it that people want to know about machine learning and specifically configuration data?
Well, in general, when we talk to the market or to our customers, it's always, three things that we need to explain. First of all, we need to explain, what it is that we do in general around machine learning, because as you know, there is a lot of hype around artificial intelligence and machine learning, and people want to understand what it is really that we do in there. Because, there's a lot of hype and buzz around it. So we need to make clear what it is that we do. Secondly, we need to then explain in detail how it works and what are the kind of values that brings along. And then third, as there is a lot of misunderstanding, people think they need to have a huge amount of historical data or just a huge amount of config data in general before we can actually bring some value. And that's not the case. So we need to explain in detail what kind of things we can do from day one, by just connecting to the data sources and start to learn the kind of config data they have. And for that, you don't need any history. It works from day zero. And then, of course, for other things, you need to build up some history. So we always need to explain, for what kind of historical data that you need to have before machine learning, delivers value.
So I've got a challenge for you then, Benny. Why don't you do a webinar on this subject so that people can learn more about machine learning and config data?
It's a great idea, but I will definitely bring Philip along. Philip is our technical director for our machine learning initiative. He can talk in more detail about the algorithms and the concepts that we are using and which ones we are not using, and and explain the reasons behind it. So let's bring Philip along. And I think if we can spend a good 15-20 minutes going over those topics, most of the typical questions that people ask us can be explained in such a webinar. So yeah, great initiative. Let's get it done.
Perfect. Let's do it. Well, that's great. Thank you so much for talking to me today, Benny.
Thanks, Emily.